Happy lunch hour, guys, from a cold, dreary East Tennessee today. So I hope you all enjoyed the live stream last night. We had two winners for Delta 1300s last night, but we had a third winner last night. The third winner was the person who sent me the email, Michael G., with the stupidest comment in the history of prepping. I kid you not. This guy is just 100% pure idiot. Maybe he lost in the drawing or something. I went and I looked up his comments or whatever, and the only contribution he's ever made to the family was registering to win a prize. That was it. There's not a single other comment he ever made. So yeah, the guy was just a typical gimme person. But it brings up a great topic for video today. He accused me, I guess I won't say that, but he said, I'm not a real prepper because I don't have livestock. So guys, I guess out of the 92,000 of you that follow this channel, I'd say probably 91,500 of you aren't preppers either. Because I don't know, all those people that live in cities, the suburbs, that's pretty much impossible to raise livestock. A lot of people in the country don't raise livestock. He called me a vegetarian prepper. Yes, that's what I'm saying. This is how clueless this idiot was, okay? This is a guy who wouldn't know what end of a chicken the egg comes out of. But it brings up a good topic, is what is a prepper? And the dictionary definition is useless. I don't know about you guys, but when I was in school, I was always taught you never use the word itself to describe the word, dictionary. Who is a prepper? What is a prepper? One who prepares. No shit, Sherlock. But so I wanted to kind of delve into this a little bit, because we all consider ourselves preppers, but there are many, many different ways we prep. And as I've said since the advent of the channel, there is no one size fits all to prepping, okay, which is very true, at least in my opinion. If somebody thinks all preppers have to be the same, hey, go join the Communist Party. That's what they think. But you look at why we all got into prepping, and a lot of you guys have said it in the past, but usually there's some sort of event that triggers it. Maybe it was the Cold War, the fear of being nuked. Maybe it was, I don't know, Y2K. That did a lot for people preparing, okay? Maybe it was 9/11. What the hell's going to happen in the world now? Maybe it was Hurricane Katrina, or maybe it was Superstorm Sandy or something like that. And you realized, it's like, holy crap, there is nobody coming to save me. Even if you didn't experience it, maybe that's what you saw on TV and you go, okay, this is it. Maybe it was the Great Recession, okay? Where the whole world basically collapsed financially, and a lot of people lost everything and said, I'm not going through this again. Maybe it was, like a lot of people, COVID-19. And that got you up to saying, even if it was something as simple as the great toilet paper shortage, okay? Maybe that's what got you thinking, it's like, hey, you know what? Maybe I want to have a little bit of this put back. Whatever the reason being that got you into prepping, you've always been a prepper. Everybody has. 100% of the people in the country have always been a prepper. They just don't realize it, or it depends on the level at which they've taken it. Prepping is insurance. It's what it is, okay? It's food insurance, it's economic insurance, it's power insurance, it's water insurance, it's whatever it would be, okay? I'll give you this. Are you a prepper? Somebody asked me last night in the live stream what was on my Christmas list. And one of the things I had mentioned on there was a little portable air pump to put in the car, put in the truck, because I broke the other one. Okay. I mean, I've got an air compressor at home, but it doesn't do me any good if I'm out on the road and I get a flat tire somewhere. Okay. So having a spare tire and a jack in the back of your car, that's prepping. Okay. That's insurance for if you get a flat tire. You're prepared for a situation that may be an SHTF situation. I mean, I'll give you a quick story, and some of you guys that live up there know what I'm talking about. I was driving from Fort Wayne to Chicago one time, and I was running low on gas, and then all of a sudden I got stuck in bad traffic right outside of Gary, and I was getting in lower and lower and lower, and the light comes on in gas, and it's like, oh crap, I've got to get off. And I got off at an exit in Gary and found a gas station. This is the middle of the day. And I go pull into this gas station, and I mean, there's bars on the doors, bars on the windows. I mean, it looked like I walked into Escape from New York. Okay. Some of you guys might know the area I'm talking about, but right off 80, they were going into Chicago. That's an SHTF situation. That's where you're scared out of your wits because you're looking around watching, drug deals, people smoking dope right out there in public in front of you, doing whatever, who knows what's going on. And you get worried about it, okay? I got my gas. I got the hell out of there as fast as I could, okay? I mean, God knows that goes back 30 some odd years. I don't know. Maybe Gary's gotten better now. I don't know. But, it just brings a point. I wasn't prepared. I wasn't smart about it. I was like, hey, I ran the car down too far in gas, whatever it was. And then I put myself in a bad situation. Everybody prepares for something, whether or not they believe they have car insurance. I can't believe the government requires me to have car insurance. It's probably actually a good thing you do, okay? But home insurance or whatever it would be. You like the fact you've got FDIC insurance on your bank account, right? Okay, that at least supposedly your money is safe. So that brings us into this, the different types of preppers, okay? And there are different types. This is why it's so hard to answer the question of how many preppers are out there, okay? Because there's people consider themselves different things. There are different levels of this, whatever, and even on YouTube, you take a look at it, all right? You can start out with the bushcrafters, the survivalists, okay? Are they preppers? Yeah, absolutely, okay? They're not the ones that believe in necessarily stockpiling 2 years worth of food or anything like that. They're more the ones that believe everything that I need in life I can put in a backpack and I can go. And how they prep is by the skills they have, okay? And you go look at some of these bushcrafter channels. I mean, one I like to watch is Corporal's Corner. And those are very good skills to learn, okay? Because none of us know what's going to happen, period, all right? We don't know if it's going to be economic collapse, World War III, if it's going to be CME, if it's going to be an EMP. We don't know what's going to, we don't know if nothing's going to happen, okay? But the advantage to prepping is if you're prepped and nothing happens, you're out nothing, okay? Because you still have all that food to eat, and you still have the generators and the weaponry and whatever would be. You're out nothing. You still have all that stuff. You never used it, okay? So you start with the bushcrafters. That's one way, one way of prepping. The next one you come into is, sorry, can't clear my throat this morning. Next one you come into is homesteaders, okay? And again, this depends on where you live and define a homesteader, okay? I kind of throw in the term prepsteader in here as well, okay? because homesteading you'd kind of define as somebody who has their own personal farm, if you will. And that, I think, would be a relatively accurate way to put it. That would have, your gardens, your livestock, your everything. Okay. I'm not a homesteader. Okay. Kind of, but like I said, more of a prepsteader. What I can't produce myself, I can collect on my own. However, with the homesteader, you're going to have a hard time ever finding somebody who can do it all. Okay. Can they make their own ammo? I'm not talking about reloading. I'm talking about literally dig rocks out of the ground, smelt it down into whatever metals they make and do it. Probably not. So they've gone out and bought ammo. While there are people, probably, I've never met one, that can literally do everything, that is such a teeny teeny percentage, of the people. Construction, sure. a lot of homesteaders have a lot of construction skills. Where'd they get the wood from? The store. Okay. Not a whole lot of homesteaders have a sawmill on their property to take a log and turn it into wood. Maybe they have a chainsaw mill or something like that. That's a possibility. But you're not going to find a whole lot of people that can do that. Okay. So you get those homesteaders and prepsteaders, and I find a lot more people that would be considered prepsteaders. Okay. Because you supplement with purchasing in the good times, which, yeah, I'd say we're still in technically the good times. It ain't SHTF yet. With what you can produce on your own. The objective is to get to self-sufficiency, but this is a marathon, not a sprint. Okay, there is no I'm done prepping. Then you get into your tactical preppers. Okay, and these are the ones who are the most worrisome to me. They're the ones who they have the cache of weaponry and ammunition and whatever would be, that they figured that's going to do everything. You hear from some of those people, there are some channels out there, I don't need to put anything back, I'll just go take whatever I want. Okay, they are preppers. Their plan is to go be a marauder. That's their idea of prepping. You get doomsday preppers. These are the ones who are convinced that we're going to get invaded by Martians. We're going to get, the world is going to go completely foobar. These are the ones who are buying missile silos and building homes in there. The ones who think the world is going to end and they are going to be the last man standing. Right? I think a lot of us are like, if it gets that bad, Lord, take me. I'm ready to go. Wow, I can't clear my voice. Sorry, and I'm not going to re-record this whole thing. And those are your general ideas. But where does that put in the city-dwelling, apartment-living prepper? Would anybody, answer me this. Would anybody say angry prepper, Jason, is not a prepper? You'd be a fool if you did. He lives in an apartment in New York City. I'm betting he's not raising livestock, okay? I'm betting he doesn't have a massive water retention system set up in his apartment. Anything like this, okay? He's in New York. Weaponry, that's going to be a little difficult for him, okay? Is he a prepper? Absolutely. Okay. You start taking a look at many of the YouTubers that and we're all different. There is no one size fits all to prepping. So this guy, Michael G, says, I'm not a prepper because I don't have livestock. Michael, you're a dumbass. Okay. Face it. Okay? You're a wannabe snowflake. I mean, that's all it is. And I'm sorry you feel that way, but don't let the door hit you in the ass on the way out. Preppers come in all shapes and sizes. We all have our own needs. Am I prepping for a hurricane? No. Why? Hurricanes don't hit Tennessee. All right? If I'm in Florida, probably doing hurricane prep. Am I prepping for 6 feet of snow on the ground? No. Real good chance that'll never happen here. Okay? However, am I prepped for what happens if the forest goes up on fire? Yeah, because that happens. If you're out in, I don't know, the desert in Arizona, you're probably really not too prepared for forest fires. Not a whole lot of trees to go up, anything. Everybody's got to prep differently, okay? Do I know how to cook a guana over an open fire? No. Do I need to? No, there's not a whole lot of iguanas in Tennessee. Maybe if you live in New Mexico, might be a good idea. It's these types of things. There is no one size fits all to prepping. There is no everybody needs to do this. And as much as we all try to talk about different scenarios that could happen in the future, every person needs to figure out what's most realistic to happen to them. Okay? What do they need? I'm not talking about what do they want. There's Maslow's hierarchy of needs, difference between wants and needs. What do you need? You need shelter, you need water, you need food. How you're going to get that is going to be different in everybody's case. And you need to figure that one out on your own. Prepping is an individual thing. Even in your mag, it's an individual thing. The mag may say, everybody needs to have 20 pounds of sugar. That's the rules to be part of the mag. Just using this as an example. Except the one guy goes, I'm diabetic. I can't eat sugar. Why do I need to have 20 pounds of sugar? I'll get 20 pounds of Splenda instead. Right? Okay. You need to prep for the situation you are in, what you are capable of. Just because you don't have the same thing that the other guy has doesn't mean you aren't a prepper, doesn't mean you aren't prepared. It means you've taken a look at your own situation and said, these are my needs. I'm going to take care of what I need and screw what everybody else thinks. Information is more important than anything. Knowledge, okay? Whether it's skills, whether it's topography on a map, how to read a map, whatever would be. Whether it's how to fish, how to hunt, how to raise vegetables, whatever it is. Whether it's what's going on in the world. Because the only way you can prepare for your own personal situation is if you know what's going on around you. It makes no sense to go learn how to fish if you live in the middle of the desert and there's no lake within 50 miles of you. Okay? But if you don't know there's no lake within 50 miles of you, maybe you waste the time learning how to do something like that. I know that's a silly example, but it's my point. Information gathering is what is going to make you a better prepper. That's kind of what I concentrate on here, all right? Keeping you guys abreast of what is going on so you can think about it and make the appropriate decisions for your situation, specifically based on the information that is available to us. To all those of you that are preppers, I congratulate you for having the foresight to take care of yourself and your family. To all those who don't think this is important or want to belittle other people, get bent. Pinball out.